It strikes me that getting stuff back out of the EU into this country is also massively critical when it comes to keeping the supermarket shelves topped up. The Environment Secretary said that their concern is that the French side of the border is not as ready as it should be. Does that match your experience?
Yes, it does, and I don't necessarily agree with what George Eustace said this morning. What he's failing to understand as well is that not just EU hauliers are concerned about coming to the UK because of a lack of flow through the short straits, but also food manufacturers who are servicing, the UK from the EU are also concerned about product being written off. Now, we've been dealing with European hauliers, pan-European hauliers, who are saying that those food manufacturers are talking about cutting food orders by 50% in January because they don't want to have to write that product off because it's going to be stuck in queues. So there isn't as much confidence from an EU perspective in terms of our ability in the event of a deal or without a deal to be able to trade in the way in which they're trading at the moment. And that's a significant issue as well.
So if you've got food rotting in the back of a lorry because it's waiting in a queue, the government say that they've got a government-procured service that can come in emergencies, lift the stuff that we desperately need out of those lorries onto boats or whatever and get it into the UK. Are you aware of the details of this system and how confident are you in it?
Well, we're aware of the details of the system, but I guess its primary usage is going to be for medicines. It's not going to be for food product. And, we've got an enormous amount of food that comes into the UK from the EU. 30% of our food, is brought in from the EU every year. So that's a significant amount. There's no way in terms of this additional service that would support, I guess, challenges and issues at the port in terms of product getting through.
A lot of people will be listening to this, Mr. Burnett, and saying, OK, these are problems, but they're not insurmountable problems. The idea that there's not going to be food on the shelves or there's going to be a run on loo roll or meat, in the supermarkets in the run-up to no deal is Project Fear. What would you say to that?
Well, look, this isn't about Project Fear. As a trade association, we have to be very balanced. We have both Remainers and Brexiteers in terms of our membership. What we have to do is we have to spell out the practical operational implications of what is likely to happen because of these controls coming back into play. We haven't had to do customs declarations or paperwork for 37 years. We've seen a tripling of trade over that period of time. And yes, a no deal will have an effect on the balance of trade. And we don't know what that's going to look like, until we get into it. But these are significant issues. We're not scaremongering. We're just saying practically when you flick a switch and you change an operation or you change a business process, it has consequences. And yes, we'll come through this. It may take us, 6 to 12 months, but there will be significant disruption during that period while industry rebalances and while the EU rebalances as well.